Glory be to God. 3 cent $100. If you've been asked this before, but although we don't know what our Father has in store for us, how would you imagine heaven? Or what would you like it to be like? Thank you for everything. Latin cross emoji.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you for the big super chat. I think about this a lot because everything I want would put me in hell. Isn't that sort of an interesting contradiction?
Yes, it is. I talk about this a lot. When you follow these ideas, which you call religions, then you will believe that your nature is bad, or maybe even evil. It comes from the devil, or who knows what. It doesn't matter what you say, because none of it is based on anything that's actually found in this reality. It's simply abstract ideas. You cannot prove any of it, but you simply live your life that way. And I put life in quotes because it's a fake slave life. But when you think about heaven, then you will still think about all of your natural desires, which you believe are bad, but you believe that as long as you go against your nature in this reality, you will be rewarded in your afterlife. It's pretty interesting, no? Because it almost sounds as if some people made this up to brainwash millions of people at once to go against their nature so that they don't have to worry about them. Seeing as all of these slaves believe that in the afterlife they will get what they want anyway, and they never even wonder why they want everything that they see as bad in this life.
It's like all the things that you would want to be in heaven would put you in hell.
Exactly, because it's what you really want. Oh man.
So it's like, so what's it supposed to be? Like going to church all the time? They say, you can't even imagine what the Father has...
Right, but even all of these people who follow these Christian beliefs wouldn't say that going to church is really fun. Maybe some of them would say that it's okay. It's not as if they work out there and do some kind of exercises, but they wouldn't say that this is life, this is heaven, this is what I want to do in the afterlife. No, obviously not.
It's prepared for us what the Father has in store. It's like, really? Because I know what I want in this life, and yeah, it's not good. So like, so what happens?
It is good. That's the whole thing, but he doesn't understand it.
Happens then? I don't know. I mean,
How can it not be good if it's good for you? He's thinking about religions, civilization, the society. It's just ideas. It's nothing real. But it's not good to follow his desires because that will go against those ideas. But it's good for you, so how can it be bad if it's good for you? Makes zero sense. Very illogical, but religions completely go against our nature, actual logic, common sense, because it twists your mind upside down. And when it's upside down, it's as if nothing makes sense. But at the same time, you realize that everything does make sense, but you still believe that you're just not allowed to do any of that.
I guess, I don't know. Because they say that when you're in heaven, you're outside of time. Because I just wonder, aren't we all gonna...
Time doesn't exist. What is time? Time is also a man-made construct, just some concept. It's nothing real.
Get bored? Here's the problem. Do I get a house? Do I get a car? Do I get to have...
You wouldn't want any of that naturally. A house, a shelter is good in this reality, that's for sure. But it's not as if it's some kind of huge goal of yours to get a fancy house or whatnot.
More than my neighbor? Because otherwise, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like...
Right, because you want to compete and dominate. That's all that you want to do. What's the point of life then? Right, because your nature tells you to do that.
If I can't have a nice house and a car, and if it's not better than most other people, if I can't be in the...
Right, and that's how slaves compete nowadays. They compare their cars, the houses. It's all bullshit, because in reality, there's only one way to compete, and that's what you really want to do.
Top 10%, what's even the point? People say, well, God will dwell there. It's like, okay, what does that mean though, you know? So that's when you really need to trust the plan, because you think to yourself, it's like, what would you really want? And the Muslims,
I almost feel as if Nick Fuentes is kind of going in the right direction. Some people wanted me to do a talk with him, but he said something along the lines of, he is too controversial for me to host him on the show, something like that.
say, well, literally rivers of milk and honey and 72 virgins, and you're like, okay, so I can visualize that. That makes sense to me. That's painting a picture for me. But this other stuff, they say it's like a new heaven, a new earth. It'll be shaped like a cube. It'll be like a gold cube. It's like, I don't know about all that. What is that really gonna look like? You know, it's hard for me to really understand. It's hard to relate. That's where you really need to give it up to God and just say, I trust the plan. When they say it's gonna be better than you can imagine, it's like, well, I'm not even gonna try to imagine.
And that's what they want you to do. They want you to do nothing. And as long as you simply dream and imagine something, it will be fine. Then they are glad about it, because physically in this reality you just sit back and trust some book which their ancestors wrote to enslave you.
So I don't know. I honestly have no idea, but I appreciate the big super chat. Yeah, I don't know, because it seems like all the best stuff is not there. All the things that you want but you know you shouldn't want are not going to be there. So it's like, because when you think like I'm going to the electric chair, you think I'm gonna be a glutton. When you think of the best day ever, it's like a day where you don't have to work, eat whatever you want, have a lot of sex, whatever. It's like, okay, well, none of that's gonna be there, so.
Actually, when you look at the teachings of other religions, then you will see that they all fantasize about a heaven, an afterlife where they will be able to fulfill all of their deepest natural desires, which they suppress in this actual reality because they believe that they shouldn't even think about any of that, seeing as it's sinful. Your nature is sinful. The God